Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. It's me, Eric, one of the education specialists for Easton Bank's Learning and Life Center, and we are back in the school garden once again. For those of you that have already joined our channel, thank you so much for coming back for another video. If you're new to this channel and this is your first time seeing us and meeting us, thank you for stopping by. Before you leave, make sure to like this video, comment, share, and don't forget to click the notification bell in your corner before you leave to be notified of when we drop new videos, which is every single week. Before we move into the next video, we would like to thank our latest subscriber here. Thank you so much for joining the channel. In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys a step-by-step process of how we harvest the produce, prepare it in order to ship it. Well, not ship it, but like take it to the our families that are experiencing hunger/food insecurity in our community. There is a very cold, freezing temperature storm for the East Coast, and in the next few days, we're going to be getting a lot of very low temperatures, like 20, 17 degrees, 18 degrees degree weather. Excuse me, I can't speak. 17, 18 degree weather, which means that a lot of our frost hardy plants can get damaged. Even though you have frost hardy plants like broccoli, your mustard greens, pak choi, things like that in the brassica family, even though they are frost hardy, which means that they can stand cold temperatures, when it gets to be below 20 degrees, even sometimes 30 degrees, that's a lot of stress on the plants. Though they can handle very cold temperatures, that can start to kill them. So we're gonna harvest as much as we can between today, which is Saturday, and tomorrow, which is Sunday. And we're gonna deliver between two families. The first family today would get some radishes, arugula, Swiss chard, pak choi, mustard greens. And that's about it. The next family tomorrow would get mustard greens, a little bit of everything like the Swiss chard, arugula, but they'll get a cabbage as well. And I'll do a separate video. Well, I'll show you the produce that both families will get. The Napa cabbage that we were trying to get, to harvest a nice size cabbage. We're gonna just have to harvest it tomorrow because I don't want to lose it to the very cold temperatures that we're gonna get this upcoming week. So we're just gonna harvest it. It's already started to bolt a little bit, so we're just gonna harvest it. At least we grew it. We did our best, and we allowed it, well, didn't allow it, but we helped it get to this point. I say all of that to say, let's go and harvest some produce for our delivery packages. Okay guys, so like I said, we are harvesting produce for one of our families. For 2023, we had about, I'll say 50 to 60 families that we served. We only have about 4 families left from 2023 that we have to provide produce to. And this is one family which brings down the total to 3. So we've done pretty well with being able to timely deliver produce to families. And for today, I've already harvested some produce beforehand, and so in this little baggie we have dill, cilantro, and green onion. And then the other bag in my hand we have arugula, Swiss chard, and some radishes. The remaining produce that we're going to be harvesting, some pak choi in front of me, mustard greens. We have 1 tomato that's ripe, so I'm going to go and grab that as well from in the greenhouse. So let's go ahead and start. So I tried my best to let these get bigger, as big as they were going to get. And look at that, so pretty, so healthy. So all of the produce here in the greenhouse is organic. We don't use any harmful chemicals on any of the produce, whether it's inside the greenhouse or outside. And we like to deliver our produce in these little baggies here. And we have our logo here on the front, Project Great. So I'm just gonna rinse these off. I like to rinse off the produce just a little bit so it's not super dirty. You know how you go to the grocery store and a lot of the produce, especially the greens, are dirty. They have a lot of grime on them. I try to get as much as possible off of on my end, but you know, you still gotta clean your produce off regardless. Probably should have did this without gloves on. My gloves are getting super wet. All right, I'm gonna harvest this last pak choy. We have 2 more in the container, but I'm going to leave those 2 to get bigger. Okay, so for now, we're gonna harvest the mustard greens here. And if you follow us on TikTok, you know that we're dealing with the little white fly issues. So I'm gonna have to harvest these and then rinse them off after I sit them down. I think the white flies are already starting to fly. I'm focusing on getting the larger leaves. I forgot to bring my rubber bands because I wanted to tie them together, but we're just gonna have to sit them in the bag. Now I'm just gonna rinse them off. There we have it, some mustard greens. Okay, so we are in the outside garden. I'm gonna harvest some mustard greens as well as cauliflower. The cauliflower didn't get as big as I hoped it would have this year. It's probably because we didn't give it enough space, most likely, but we still got cauliflower, so that's a win. And the mustard greens is probably the most likely reason that the cauliflower didn't get big, because as you will see in a minute, the leaves on these mustard plants are huge. Okay, so we're gonna harvest those 2, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys what the actual harvest look like. Okay. So we have our mustard greens. I'm gonna stack them from largest to smallest. You see how, this is the largest one. You see how big that is? Like, that's crazy. They fit perfectly inside. Ooh, it's a bee. Inside one another. I don't have to rinse them off too much because they weren't that dirty. But I'm gonna give them a light watering. Just, you know, just for aesthetic. I wish I didn't forget to bring my rubber band because I was gonna tie them together. That is our mustard green haul and our cauliflower haul. So this is our cauliflower. Again, it didn't get as big as we had hoped, but it's a harvest nonetheless. So the key, a good tip when growing your own produce at home, grow a lot so that when you do harvest and you have failures, because it's not a failure, but you know, you really want that big head of cauliflower. But if this is all you get, just imagine you having 20 plants, and that's 20 of these size cauliflowers, which you can create any type of meal out of. Right here, why am I whispering? Right here, let me get in front of the sun. We have our very first, well, not first, but Yeah, pretty much. Very first broccoli. Look at that. Look at the broccoli, guys. These are all broccoli plants right here. We have another one, another broccoli plant that's producing a head right here. Hopefully you can see that. That's so cool. And then we have another broccoli plant on the other side of the garden where we actually grew it last year, and it's still producing. It's not producing like large heads just yet, but it does have little small broccoli heads on it. So we're actually going to transplant it, because that area, not only is it going to get tilled, it's going to be freezing. So I don't want it to die, and it doesn't have any covering on it like these do. So we're actually going to transplant it and place it inside of the greenhouse. Fingers crossed that we do get a large broccoli harvest from it. So before we actually deliver any produce package, we always place our little cards in there. We have our logo, and then all of our social media accounts, as well as contact info at the bottom, including our website. And then on the back, we have a little photo op moment from two of our students, and then a little bit of info on the Project Great program, what it is, and how we serve the students and the families in our community. And then a little program fact that we provide right here says 7 grantors and sponsors for community partners. And then we like to actually handwrite how much produce has been harvested. So for today, I think we're at 211 pounds of produce so far. So that just allows us to inform the families that are getting produce how much produce is actually being taken from the garden and given to them to consume. So we're gonna actually pack this bag right now. And that's why I didn't immediately place the produce in the bag, because it was still kind of wet. So it should have dried off a little bit now. I'm just gonna shake the excess water off. I'm gonna place the pak choi in the bag first. Like so. Then the little cauliflower can go inside. Can't forget the tomato. I'm gonna drop it in the bag. Now our mustard greens, these other mustard greens that we harvested first, we need to shake them up a little bit more. I still see a little white flies, so let's shake them off a little. Okay, that should be good. And we're gonna slide them down on the side. Now, a lot of these mustard greens may not fit all the way, but I'm gonna do my best to make them fit. And boom. This is a package delivery ready to go and ready to be consumed by a family in need. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We hope we provide a little bit more insight into how we harvest our packages for delivery and all of the different produce that families can get during the fall and winter time. For more information on our Project Great program, how you can support it through your donations, please click the link in the description box. You can also become a monthly donor, which provides you an in-depth look into how our program is ran from week to week, especially when school gets back, the garden sessions get back in session. So, check those links out in the description box. Make sure to follow us on our social accounts. We can be found on Facebook and Instagram at EBLLCINC and on TikTok at Project Grape. Until next time, guys, we will see you all later in the garden. Bye.